So, yeah, I am waiting on God. Because that's all I can do. What's coming to my spirit right now is the Ty Tribbett song. I have no other choice but to trust you. That's all I can do. I have no other choice but to believe. Wow. Those words never felt so present until now. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna be giving you guys inside the process where I am mentally and emotionally from today, September 6th, until I move back home. I have boxes over here. I have stuff in containers over here. Yeah, so this is to starting over. I asked God to give me the words to say. So this is my story. My name is C. Simone. I am 32 years old and I am moving back home with my mom. This is not a sad story. This is a transparent story about how I had to learn the hard way that God's way is the only way. And when He wants your undivided attention, focus, and wants you to be completely dependent on Him, He will remove everything that you are comfortable with. He will uproot you from a position that you have idolized. He will take away everything necessary to get your undivided attention. I spent the last 3.5 years in a relationship I had no business being in, and God finally had to dismantle it to get me out of it. And I'm so glad He did. I was mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially abused, manipulated. I was fully dependent on someone who I thought I needed, someone who I thought I couldn't do life without, someone I idolized and put before God for so long. I had to learn the hard way because I'm stubborn, and I had to go through so much heartache and so much pain because I just could not walk away. All right, it's officially time to start moving stuff into my storage unit. My movers will be here on Monday. This is the bathroom stuff. Still sorting through all of that. Hey, ponytail, trash, kitchen stuff, furniture. All of this side of stuff is like going to my mom's house. All of these boxes are going to storage. All of my furniture is going to storage. That speaker I'm going to take to my mom's house. TV's going to storage. It's me. Yeah, I took the sheets off to wash them. I gotta pack up all my perfume. All of my clothes is in my dresser. When they move the dresser, they're gonna wrap it, so I don't have to take that out. At least I hope not. My nightstands, I need to fix that lamp because it's broken. Or throw it in trash. The bed is coming. Decor pillows. And then I have like all my purses and my shoes are in my suitcases. And I need trash bags to pack up the closet. So still a lot to do before Monday. And I have to work all weekend. So this is all of my business inventory that's going to go in storage stuff. In April, God told me to leave my relationship with nothing. And I was scared because I didn't have any money saved, to be honest. And I was like, what you mean leave with nothing, God? And He said, leave with nothing. No money. He said, don't worry about getting your music back. You'll do it again when the time is right, and you'll do it the right way, and you'll do it through your own finances, so you won't be dependent on someone hovering your music and trying to keep it from you. you know, you'll have a chance to do that again when the time is right. And I said, wow, so just leave with nothing but what I have. And he said, yeah, it's time for you to go. And I didn't leave when he told me to leave. So God exposed every single thing that I needed to see in order to walk the hell away. Like Cat Williams said, this was the year of exposure. 2024 was the year of total exposure for me. And it was chaotic as hell. It was traumatic. It was like my worst nightmare. I was depressed. I was crying. I was hurt. I was angry. But God, I thank you for protecting me and exposing everything that needed to be seen in such a vivid way that I could not ignore it. Protection don't always feel good in the moment, but looking back, God knew exactly what he was doing. I know I come off like a strong woman, and in a lot of ways, I really am a very strong person. But this move out is like the official mark of a situation and a season ending, getting away from that apartment is a part of me moving on. And in this moment, I feel relieved. I feel peace. I feel excitement. I feel readiness. I feel like the shift is about to migrate me into a whole different season and space in my life, and just I'm open to whatever God has in store for me as this transition is officially marked as an end. I'm going to get in therapy because my mental health, I need to talk to somebody about what I've been experiencing, and these vlogs do serve as a visual diary for me, and that is helpful. But I do need to talk through a lot of my trauma that I'm still holding on to or still hurt by. I have major trust issues, even more than I had before, and yeah, I need help. And sometimes my friends can't see me. Sometimes my family doesn't see that I'm crying out for help because I'm just trying to persevere through it all. But I need to be seen, and I need to be heard, and I need to release and just get some necessary tools to not fall back into the trap of what I'm getting out of, you know? So yeah, that's what is happening. I am starting over. Okay, so I need to get something to eat and get to the house before the movers get there, and they're gonna unload everything, and then I'm just be going through boxes and trying to rally up and see what I'm keeping, see what I'm going to give away, see what I'm going to donate, and just kind of see how this new life at my mom's house, how it functions now. I wish I had my old room, but when I moved out a long time ago, my mom turned my old room into a closet, child. So my mama has all of the space taken up in her house. So I will be living in the dining room area. I actually have some content to shoot this week, so I really need to get the configuration of my space, my new space, set so that I can get back into my content and being productive and keep showing up in that space. But yeah, that's where we at. But I can't even lie. Some days I'm still in disbelief. Some days I am still in complete shock. It's so many layers to process, and I get a little overwhelmed sometimes emotionally, and I get fearful, and I think about the past, and I wonder if it could be different. All right, guys. Welcome to my humble abode. I have to go through all these clothes and give away probably the majority of it. I need some clothing racks, and I gotta get new sheets, new bed stuff. What else do I need to get? Oh, I also have decided that I'm going to pay the light bill because my mama does not cut on the air. I walked into this house, the air was off. In the middle of moving in from the heat into a high house, I said, you have got to be kidding me. So yeah, I've just decided that I'm going to take over the light bill because I got to have the air on and the heat on. The funny thing is, it would have never been different. I have to replay everything back to myself to remind myself that you were not loved. Not only did I not love myself, I allowed someone who exhibits narcissistic characteristics to make me feel like the way that they chose to love me was love, and that I deserved the bare minimum. Like, I deserve way more. I can't believe I was under like a deep spell of manipulation and control. Like, I really allowed that to happen. All right, well, I'm basically moved in almost. I'm not settled yet. I have stuff everywhere. There's not a lot of space here, so I have to work with what I have. But it's so funny because I was borderline about to start complaining and getting frustrated and just get angry with myself, and then I realized that God has literally brought me back to a place before I drifted away. He brought me back home. He brought me back to the place, into a time where I was the most closest to him. And before I weared off and started doing my own thing with life and just making my own decisions and moving out, living by myself and all kind of craziness, before my life just kind of began to really spiral out of control, he brought me back to the same place. Isn't that crazy? He brought me back to the same place I started from to start over. And is it comfortable? No. I got stuff everywhere. I have to put all my clothes in storage because I just don't have any space. And God really is humbling me. Humbling me. Wow. This is going to be a hard 6 months to a year. I have to work a lot harder to become comfortable, I guess. I don't want to say comfortable, but just to become back on my feet. I'm not broke, you know, I have money, but I don't have a car. I'm living at home in my mom's house in the dining room. I'm really just invading her space at this point. I'm grateful that she has allowed me to come back home. But I'm not used to living like this. I'm used to living way more comfortably on my own terms. And I gotta work hard to get out of this space. Not because I'm ungrateful to be here, but because I want to do it right this time. I want to work hard, do it the right way, and get out on my own in a better space, in a better mentality, in a better financial position, in a better everything, because I just rushed and got out of this house 7 years ago because I didn't want to live at home, and now he's brought me back home to live here. with less space, with less things, completely dependent on him. That's what he's doing. Okay, God. I don't have a choice, do I? I gotta drive.
No, that's right. You like it.
You come pick me up for me to drive.
What target you going to?
The roads have reversed.
I know.
Woo! Baby, I went to the gas station. One thing I miss about living... Actually, I don't miss that shit. I need to stay away from them type of niggas. But man, it was D-boys and hood niggas all up in that parking lot. Woo! Real hood niggas. Real. Woo! I was dropping some clothes off at the Cleaters by the gas station, and I walked in to drop my clothes off. And baby, this man, when I walked out, he walked out behind me. He was like, woo! I just said, let me get in this car. I got to get away. The Lord has delivered me from them niggas.
I want to insert a quick praise break because it really could be worse. I got out of this situation completely unscathed. Outside of embarrassment and heartbreak, I am not a baby mama, okay? So we praise God for that.
I'm drenched in sweat because I've been moving the last little bitty pieces of stuff out of the apartment. I got my workout done for today. But y'all, don't ever go get your nails and your toes done before you move stuff out of your apartment, because I just broke a toenail. Fresh toenail. And I'm going straight back there to get it fixed. I'm not playing no games. I am not playing no games. This apartment will not send me down in flames like this. No. Absolutely not. So yeah, I'm crippled. I'm waiting on 2 people to come get some stuff that they wanted from my apartment. And I'm going straight to the nail shop. Back to it. I already sent her a picture of my foot, my toe, and I said, look, it don't hurt, but I'm cleaning it up with some peroxide. I need this fixed today. Okay, so 1 full week of being officially moved back home, out of the apartment, back in my mom's house, and outside of the fact that my mama don't turn the air on, I've been at peace. I have felt so much peace this week, just being in my natural environment, back in my roots, you know, if you will. It's been interesting. I'm riding around with my granny right now. She up to run some errands. Say hey, dear. Say hey. Say hey. But yeah, it's been peaceful. I feel like I'm, you know, going, you know. But yeah. What are we doing now? I feel like, you know, I'm back to myself, to my real self. And not that who I have been is not my real self. I feel like that is a part of me, and that is true, that is authentic. But I feel like the me that I have become from the time... Okay, let me just say this. From 2016 until now, I feel like the person that I have become has been who I've become out of my own will, not who I have become out of God's will. And yes, God has covered me. Yes, God has protected me. Yes, God has provided and blessed me throughout those years to operate in my own will. Unfortunately, through my own will, I had to go through a lot of heartache and a lot of trials and stuff like that. So I feel like I'm finally, you know, at a place where I'm me and the me who God wants me to be. So it's more about, you know, just allowing God to provide the things that I want instead of me doing it on my own, in my own will, in my own time. When I moved out of my mom's house in 2017, for the first time, I found the cheapest, nicest apartment I could find. I think I was paying like $1,100 a month. The apartment was in Marlin, Texas. It was a renovated, older apartment. It was very nice, very cheap, very didn't have any money in my savings account. I was just trying to get out the house because at the time my mom and I, we didn't really live well together. I didn't want to live under her roof. I wanted to do my own thing. I was ready to be on my own. At least I thought I was, or I made myself ready. So that's what I'm really talking about. I'm talking about this time being home again at 32 years old. I have a job. I have a couple of businesses I'm starting my influencer career. I'm rebuilding financially. I'm rebuilding socially. I'm rebuilding spiritually, physically. I'm trying to, get my body together, my mental together. I have a chance to do it right this time so that when I do leave, let's say I'm giving myself 1 to 2 years at home. I should at least have some type of savings, some type of cushion. I should have more financial opportunity, better credit to move out, because my goal is to live in a home or to live in a high-rise apartment and buy property and turn it into Airbnb. I have a lot of goals for how I want this next part of my life to go. Hold on, somebody's calling. Somebody was calling me. But I'm like driving around my old stomping grounds, like, dang, they don't have that. They didn't got rid of the phallus paralysis. Oh no, man, I used to stay in that phallus paralysis, baby. This is how I'm a true Houston it girl, because baby, I grew up on the south side of Houston, in Missouri City, and like the southwest side of West Bedford and West Airport. Baby, they have like all the best cheap fashion that if you know how to put it together, baby, you know how to put it together, okay? They got the City Trends over here, they got the Burlington Coat Factories, all of those things, right? And they got this fabulous shoe place called All Shoes 99. All Shoes $9.99. Now, it's recently become very popular on TikTok, but baby, if you were born over here, you already know about this place, okay? This place is the OG. You get you some really good, fabulous pairs of shoes. Now, when I was younger, they had way better quality of shoes. Now, I don't know what they got right now. I ain't been over here in years, but baby, we used to go out. We used to go out on the weekends. Miss Renee. Chelsea. Hey! Good, how are you? So good to see you. Yes, ma'am. I'm singing all the time now at church. Yeah. I'm at there. Yeah, good to see you. That's so funny. See, look. This is how I know I'm back home. Baby, because the people don't ever see me outside nowhere. We don't have stuff like this in the suburbs where I was living. Now, there is nothing aesthetic about where I am now. And I mean absolutely nothing aesthetic. But that's how you know you are really like that girl, because you don't need the aesthetics. Like, you can put that on without no aesthetic, baby, okay? I'm looking at a hot mess. I need to go wash my hair. I got my shades on. I got this little house mini dress on and some slides, sandals. And I'm about to go into this All Shoes $9.99 and see what it's giving, okay? But no, this store, we used to go out and plan to go out. And if we didn't have the right shoes, we could come in here and just grab a shoe right before we went out. Woo! I'm just so excited. I just feel like I'm back in my right element, and I have the right mindset and the right focus now to like really thrive from now on. So, all right, let's go in the store. It's always been that type of girl. I've always wanted more for myself. I've always wanted a luxury lifestyle. I've always wanted, the finer things in life, and I have experienced that in my entire 20s. I have touched that, and I have learned that some of that is not worth the cost of peace. I have learned that some of that is not worth settling for less than what I deserve. So this time around, I hope that in God's will that I'm allowed to acquire more, to exceed what I have already experienced, and to obtain it in a way where it's not going to be detrimental to my character or my worth, or just anything like that. So yeah, that is where I'm at. Like, I still want nice stuff. I still want to go on vacation, and I will do all of those things. I'm still gonna live how I like to live. I just have a fresh start to start all over and to do it the right way. And so yeah.
You know what's so funny? At the beginning of the year, because of how last year went so crazy for me musically, I was never gonna do music again, like publicly. I was only gonna sing at church and like the little corporate gigs that I took here and there. That's it. I wasn't planning on singing again. I wasn't planning on being an artist again. And the fact that I have resulted back into that pocket of who I am, it's crazy, because if it was up to me fully, I would not be doing music. And I have a whole album that I'm probably never gonna share with the world. I've mourned my music career, in a way. And I had to mourn it because the way that I handled myself and the way that the situation was handled in regards to my music, it was like, I would love to share it with the world, but it's like, I had to mourn it. I had to let go. I had to walk away from it because it was just tied to so much. And yeah, but when God gives you a gift, it never goes away. But I just think it's so funny how now I really got to get back to how I was when I first came up. I was in serious hustle mode when I came up. Gigs on gigs on gigs on gigs. And that's how I feel now. Like, I really just wanted to retire from music. And in a way, I still feel like I am. Maybe 7 years later, God is giving me an opportunity to start where I left off, to do it all over again, to do everything the right way. Whoa. 7 years ago is when I left my mama's house, and life went from there. Like, I moved out on my own. I toured. I did all of these things in 7 years on my own accord. I mean, of course, through God, but I wasn't acknowledging God in that way like I am now. And maybe like he's giving me this fresh new beginning because I've completed my own way. 7 years is completion. The 7 is completion. So maybe this is, whoa. This just gets deeper and deeper every day. Wow. Seven whole years later, I get a chance to do it all over again, but with God at the center. Sheesh. He let me roam in my own dwelling, my own accord, my own decisions for 7 whole years. And he said, time is up. Wow.
Okay, so I am headed to my apartment complex to turn in my keys and to turn in my last rent payment, which is a prorated amount. And yeah, I've just been working out. I have been moved in at my mom's place for maybe like 2 weeks now, and today is the day to turn in the keys. My lease is officially up on October the 5th, so I'm turning everything in today. Wrapping this on up. So yeah, we are almost there. If I look like I'm sweaty or sticky, it's because I've been working out. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so shout out to my family and my friends who have really gotten me through this transitional period My friends and family have helped me financially, emotionally, like get over this huge hump. And I'm so forever grateful to them for just showing up for me in the way that they have. And I don't even know how to repay you guys. You guys have given me so much grace and support that I've never experienced in my life before.
Hi. I just need to turn in my keys. Okay. Yeah.
To my mom, thank you for letting me come back home. Thank you for having a place for me to come home to.
What's the apartment number again? 8109.
To anyone watching this, my story is about hard lessons learned, redemption, forgiveness, transformation, new beginnings, empowerment, self-love, and finally knowing my worth. Ultimately, God just wants us all to return home to Him.
Whew. Let me tell you something about these people. Paying all this money to live in these Cypress suburbs. And the apartment ain't even giving luxury, honey. That rent just went up and up and up and up and up. They lost their mind. So I'm glad that I moved home because I was tired of paying rent. I was tired of waiting on somebody else to pay the rent. I am just so grateful that I can be, smiling and joking about stuff now because a couple months ago I was broken down, crying and distraught, embarrassed. Didn't see any light at the end of the tunnel, but God just began to grant me so much mercy and grace and favor in this period of transition. And what's next is going to be even greater. So shout out to God. Oh my God, this car is so sensitive. I haven't even moved. I'm in park. But yeah, the next steps are to finish paying off this car. I have about $3,000 left to pay off, and I need to get me a new car so I can give my grandma back her car because I know she's tired of me using her car every single day. And I'm just gonna start life over and financially prepare myself for the things that I desire and just be smart about life and making better decisions. And whatever doors God opens for me, I'm going to walk straight through them because they're mine. What's for me is for me, and I'm ready to be restored fully, emotionally, spiritually, financially. I'm ready to have restoration in my reputation. I'm just ready for God to do His thing, because whatever He about to do, I can't even fathom it or imagine it. Like, that's just how crazy it's about to be. And man, He didn't have to do any of this. He could have left me where I was. He could have left me stuck. He could have left me to learn from my consequences in an ugly way. But He loves me enough that He took me through all of this just to get me back. He didn't want to let me fall. He didn't want to let me go. He didn't want to let me hurt anymore. And that's how much He loves His children. Okay, guys, that's the end of this vlog. So yeah, that's my story. Here's to what's next. Bye.